In Arizona, funding for public school districts comes mostly from local property tax. Each tax dollar is fed into a formula, a rather complex formula which oftentimes produces a result that is less than adequate. To correct this shortfall, the state gave local school districts the ability to ask voters for additional funding through what is called a budget override. The beauty of this funding is that each dollar collected in our community stays right here in Scottsdale, with direct accountability to taxpayers through the Scottsdale School Board. The budget override is locally controlled funding, but it must be renewed by voters every 5 years. In the past, this local funding was usually reserved for special circumstances, like when a community desired education over and above what the state paid for. However, over the past decade, the state legislature has intentionally stopped paying its share for education, forcing nearly every school district in the state to fund basic education services through locally controlled funding like overrides. For the Scottsdale Unified School District, this represents about $18.8 million, some of which is already being funded by the 5% override approved by voters in 2009 and the 10% override which is currently being phased out. The new consolidated funding will restore programs in elementary art, music, and PE, fund all-day kindergarten, reduce class sizes at all grades, and help recruit and retain the best highly qualified teachers. Think of it this way. Renewing and consolidating the existing overrides is not just an investment in our children, it's also an investment in Scottsdale's prosperity because rising property value is directly tied to successful schools. On Election Day, our children need your support once again to renew and restore this locally controlled funding for the Scottsdale School District. This is education funding that costs about $7 per month more than what we're already paying if you own an average valued home in Scottsdale. That's the price of about one large latte at your favorite coffee shop. It's a small price for something as priceless as our children's future. So on November 4th, vote yes for the SUSD budget override. Oh, by the way, no school district resources were used to create this video. It was paid for by Yes to Children.